What's up guys, it's CJ from SmartKTie.com. In this video we're unboxing the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 tablet, which of course runs Android 3.1 Honeycomb. The Wi-Fi version is available now at Best Buy in 16GB and 32GB configurations for $500 and $600 respectively. We'll be putting out a number of videos covering this tablet, including a comparison with the Motorola Xoom, so stay tuned for all that. But let's kick things off by first unboxing the unit. So a simple box here. Of course this is the Wi-Fi version and I got the 16GB metallic gray variant. So let's flip it over and see what we're working with. So we have a 10.1 inch widescreen display with 1280 by 800 resolution. Of course if you use Android you know it supports flash content. And we have a 1 GHz NVIDIA Tegra 2 dual-core processor. That's nothing new. We've seen that chipset in a number of Android tablets lately. Of course, that's going to bring superior gaming performance, especially with the Tegra Zone games. We have a 3 megapixel rear-facing camera, 2 megapixel front-facing camera, and a 7,000 milliamp hour battery. So I believe that supports up to 9 hours of video playback. So slightly under the 10 hours set by the iPad 2, but 9 hours isn't bad at all. So let's go ahead and unbox it. So here it is, the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. Let's pull it out for a second. See if this thing is really as thin and light as they say. Definitely a thin device. That's 8.6 millimeters in thickness. That's only 2 millimeters less than the iPad 2, and the zoom is, I believe, 12.9 millimeters, so quite a difference between two of the popular tablets in the Android department. Of course, this weighs 560 grams. In comparison, the iPad 2 weighs 601 grams, and the Motorola Xoom weighs a whopping 708 grams. So let's go ahead and peel some of this plastic off. Here we go. Got the front taken care of. Go ahead and peel off the back as well. There we go. So as I was saying, this is the metallic gray version. They also have the white version. I went with metallic gray because I don't really like the white color with high-end electronics because it makes them look more like kitchen appliances in my opinion, but of course, like I said, that is just my opinion. So let's take a look around the device here, take a look at the hardware. Let's start with the top here. So up at the top we have a 2 megapixel front facing camera, as I mentioned. Of course, Android Honeycomb doesn't use any buttons, so we don't have any buttons on the front of the device. Let's start with the bottom now. Let that focus real quick. There we go. So you get another view of that thinness there. Very thin device, very light indeed. So we have a proprietary charge and sync port right here. Of course, you can buy the adapter if you want a more traditional USB port. Let's flip it over to this side. Looks like we have a single speaker. We should have one identical to this on the other side. And here we are at the top of the device. So we have a power button, volume up and down rocker, move over towards the middle, and we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. You can see it sort of blends into the back of the device as well. And of course, as I mentioned before, we have that other speaker for surround sound. Having a little trouble focusing there. Let's go ahead and, hold on, let me move this box aside for a second. On the back side we have a 3 megapixel camera with flash, and then of course everything else is flush. We have this, it's a plastic backing, although it might look metal, it is plastic, so some people may feel that this is cheap, but obviously that's going to help reduce weight, which is a great feature for a tablet of this size. So first impressions, definitely light, definitely thin. that is going to play a huge factor for a lot of consumers buying tablets, especially with the iPad 2 out there already. The Zoom is a great device, as you know. I've been using it in a number of reviews, but it is slightly on the heavy side and it is quite thick. So once I go from using the iPad to the Zoom, I sort of notice this huge weight in my hands. But this should be a much different experience with the Galaxy Tab 10.1. So let's go ahead and put the device off to the side. Like I said, we'll be doing video comparisons with the Zoom later on, but let's see what else we have in the box. So it looks like we have our instructions and booklets. This is nice. It looks like we have some in-ear headphones with a nice rubber piece. A close look at that. Here we have the USB to proprietary plug right there, sort of like an iPad 2. Here's our charging brick. USB goes into there, and of course you slide in the other part of the charger in here. So that about does it for the box. One final look at the Galaxy Tab 10.1. Let's see if she has any juice left in her. Try and power it up. There we go. Let's let that load up real quick. Zoom in on that. Check out that boot animation, Samsung. So this was the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. Stay tuned for further coverage on this sleek looking tablet in the very near future. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.